So yesterday I did part one and part two of dating in America and working with ill-mannered women. That's the title of the live for yesterday. Today I was gonna do a part three, but it really just be stories of just poor situations, Instead, it hit my spirit to see of getting over your ex, or having spent a period of time with another human being, and expected, especially I think as a man, to just wake up and just move on, because men generally aren't viewed as human beings. After the first 5 years of our life, it's really like, how useful is this person? Yeah, men go to school, women go to school, but it takes men a lot longer to get up and go than it does a woman. And even if a woman don't get up and go, they're still going to be loved, appreciated, and valued. Whereas a man, we have to build our value. And what I see these days are a lot of these, YouTubers and influencers who basically preach that you should build your value and then get into a relationship. And even my mom's talked about there's no love without romance. These things are accurate and valid, sure. But, then you come to my dad's perspective, a man's perspective. My dad's, I remember he told me, has it been 2 years now? A year ago, we were all at Virginia Beach. And he told me to find somebody before I'm done building or doing what I'm doing. However, where I disagreed with was then he goes on to say, so she'll be here along with you, and she takes half, she helped build the half. And that's extremely inaccurate, and I don't appreciate, I get the good intent, but I don't appreciate the setting me up for failure situation, because that's what that is, that I should just sit and accept failure, And he was at a table with other men, one or two were still married to Nigerian women or whatever. But the whole organizer of the situation, or like the event, I noticed he doesn't talk about his wife. I've seen his children. He's never talked about his wife, And this is a great man. So where's your wife, And I don't really recall if he has said anything, but knowing Nigerian culture and how people actually move together, he probably didn't say anything. He just was silent, or whatever he said was in support. And I just sat there and listened, because I'm a good boy, I'm a good man, I'm obedient, right? I'm coming to Starbucks. I just feel like getting Starbucks. I need something in my body today just to get me through the morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good, and yourself?
I'm great. Hey, can I get a mocha frappe small?
Small mocha frappe.
Avocado shot.
Avocado shot.
A cheese Danish and a bacon Gouda.
Instead of bacon Gouda?
Yeah.
And would that be all for you today?
2 cheese Danishes.
2 cheese Danishes.
Yeah.
Both warmed up, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
That's all.
Of course. 2009.
I like their cheese Danishes, and their Goudas are pretty cool. It's really expensive. And I've wanted Starbucks for weeks now, I didn't get into Starbucks till after my ex left, literally. I didn't get into Starbucks. And I'm not even into Starbucks. It's really not. But after she left, I did come here a couple of times. But the reason why I came here to Starbucks was not because of the food or anything. It's because literally in this same parking lot was my last date with my ex. I think it's called a Firebird. So it shares parking lot with the Firebird. So And it's just like 2 minutes from my house. So, you know, maybe a little bit of grieving was had here or whatever. But her and I never came to the Starbucks or nothing, you know. I did kind of like the Starbucks for a second, and then I let it go. Anyways, so yeah, my dad was talking about, you know, if she starts now with you and she takes half in the future, at least she was here. I don't like that loser mentality. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Because when my ex just left, my family was not a help at all. And there is no money or houses or whatever involved in it. There were no children involved. And a year later, I'm being told to go down the same devious, terrible path. And then, at best, if God will allow, my ex leaves after my parents have naturally lived their lives and stuff. And so they won't even see that destruction. You know, if somebody will watch this now, I'm sure their first advice in the comments would be, oh, don't think so negatively. Oh, you have to have I'm not a negative thinker. I don't hate women. There's nothing dumb or stupid about it.
Okay.
Hey, brother.
How's it going? Is it me 20 on now?
Thanks. One sec. Thanks. Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't put you on this thing right now.
Thanks. So these last couple of days, or normally I don't eat in the morning. I just drink a bunch of water, and I eat when I get home after work. But I'm feeling terrible today. I had a long night. I was working a lot of projects. I haven't even gone to the gym for this morning. Yeah, I just need something in me. Like, I need some food. Ugh. Is this how girls be? I need some food. Yeah, I mean, I won't die. I won't die, but I feel like my stomach is slightly unsettled. So I just want something. And I was like, why not Starbucks? Here's the thing about Starbucks. The food for the price is definitely not worth it. Definitely not worth it. But I can't just buy ice cream and leave it at my house. It won't survive the night. I just can't. That's not me. So when I never buy ice cream from the stores now. When I want ice cream, I'll go to an ice cream shop and buy it. Yeah, it's like $10 or whatever for this or whatever they do. But I'll just eat it there and go home. Once I bring it home into my comfort, I don't like that. Then I'm like sleeping in ice cream because I just don't have any self-control. Let's just keep it a buck. That's why I go to the gym every freaking day. You see how I order 2 cheese Danishes? Yeah, so let's just keep it a buck, 100. I don't have any self-control. So the things I don't have self-control about that I'm aware of, I try to move a certain way to better that situation. So anything that I know I prefer to eat, so you'll never come to my house and just see sitting in my house French toast sticks, pizza, yeah, ice cream, like I just said. You come to my house, you're gonna see vegetables, fruit. Thank you. Thank you. You too. So yeah, you come to my house, you're gonna see vegetables, fruit. You're gonna see chicken, like raw chicken, salmon. In fact, I haven't bought chicken in like a month now. I literally have been eating just salmon. Oh, the salmons, they're farming them and their own poop and they're dangerous. I have a friend that's talking to me like that, and I told her I might as well die from breathing oxygen. Dang. A small, because I like these, but I refuse to just bathe in it this morning. I don't Once you start drinking a gallon of water a day, you notice that your craving for sugar plummets. You know, it really does. So as I'm sitting, you know, I made a conscious decision like years ago to actively stop drinking Coke and other, you know, like drinks like that. And I'm able to walk away from it. I walked away from chips. All the things I relapse on, literally, like chocolate chip muffins, not donuts from Dunkin', but you know, the small ones that you can grab from Dollar Tree or the gas station. I might grab one or two from here time to time, but I stay far away from chips and stuff like that. Things that I eat, you can eat fast, and it comes with a lot of calories. Anyway, so going back to the conversation, you know, I just wanted to move to the side real quick while they're getting my order. So yeah, my dad, he's talking about, well, get a girl now, so in the future, if she takes something, if y'all leave, right, that she at least was here. First of all, that's assuming that she's here for maybe 10, 15 years. We're seeing that women are leaving men within 5 years. Easy, right? So that's a really big assumption. I'm sorry, with 5 years or less, you didn't help me build anything. It took me 4 years to graduate from college. So yeah, the girl really needs to be here 15, 20 years. And they're not doing that. Women are not staying in relationships 15, 20 years. I know. Why? Because on the same dating apps and stuff out here, I run into them all the time. I run into them on Facebook all the time. You know, I can't tell you how many single baby mamas and women that didn't like me in the past, but now they like me, have come into my life with children or recently divorced, and they're not even 30. Like, when I get on here and I talk about these things, I'm not giving some sort of theory. And when you go to other YouTube channels and they start talking about like relationships and the whole man-woman dilemma and stuff like that, they're watching videos that women watched on TikTok, or posted on TikTok. Then they make comments. At best, you'll have like Pink Book lessons, and I'm not saying this to insult her. You'll have Didi, you have Reva, and they do current events, like current shit shows happening. For example, the baby who was at Walmart, and she, you know, came to Walmart. A lady who came to Walmart with her baby, her son, and he wasn't even dressed. And it was just these past 2 weeks here, right, where it snowed heavy all across the country. You know, we got snow heavy up here too in the DMV. You know, they do stuff like that, where they, you know, active, very recent viral moments. They'll touch over like the brick lady at best, you know. And then the thing about Pink Book lessons, and she does it even into the political world. Like the lady who fired this district attorney or something because he didn't want to date her anymore. And then she's touched on mayors in different states like New Mexico, city girl mayors like Louisiana, Atlanta, right? That are abusing their power, right? Stuff like that. That's at best. Me, I'm not really interested in grabbing other people's videos like that and just doing that, right? I like making my own content. So I'm not really interested in doing that. I should, to grow this channel, because just random people I've never seen before can slap on like a dozen videos. Even the guys I do like the black Filipino guy, his channel is called More to Life. That's exactly what he's doing. He's watching other people's videos and commenting on it. And I mean, all their comments are good and accurate and fine, right? It's just if I did that, I think I'd get success on my channel too. Maybe I'll do it in the future, but at the moment I'm not interested in it. Instead, I enjoy laughing, so I want to make a string of videos, like maybe a dozen, where I rewatch the reels and stuff that made me, laugh in the past. I'll do that first. Anyways, so everything I talk about is from personal experience. Like, actually happened to me or happening to my friend. I don't come out here and talk about a scenario that may have happened to a friend of a friend. It's usually me or cousin or friend, something of that nature, Because I have plenty. I don't really need to go out. I have plenty to work with, I promise. So yeah, my dad is really assuming a lot. And I get it, it's from good intent. And to be fair too, I don't know why I said but, to be fair too, I don't really blame the women. I think the women are to blame. At the same time, I don't blame the women. So yeah, women are the ones pushing it and making these situations. For example, take off your wig, you won't take it off. Stop doing all that makeup, you won't do it. Put on more clothes, you won't do it. Get permission from me or our dad before you continue seeing this guy. You won't do it. You keep running around with the guy till you get pregnant. Now you two aren't even together because you never intended to build something with somebody under God. So, yeah. Well, and then on the flip side, when I got into high school, it was about relationships and this thing called dating, which is foreign to my current family culture, because we don't date, we just appear married. I think a lot of other people's cultures behave that way too, including white people. White people operate the same way. They just marry. I used to think this was like the whole dating thing was like a white people thing. It kind of is, but at the same time, they do arrange marriages. So, on one end, yeah, women are to blame, but at the other end, I think that the culture, and specifically the government laws, enable our women to behave the way they do. Well, when I started diving into the world of dating and courting, because it was dating at first, like hold hands, get a flower, try to figure out these concepts in middle school, high school. Then once after you got out of college, then women started demanding something called courting, which is a little bit different from dating. But that's another conversation. So I started getting into dating, and the same experiences I have with women today, I've been having from day one. So it's really the nature of dating and women from a man's perspective. For example, you like one girl, you pursue her, she rejects you. The rejection doesn't stop there. She rejects you, which means all the other women reject you as well, and her friend group. You talk to two women. Now you're the village hoe. You haven't gone out on a date with any of these women. You definitely haven't kissed them. Now you become the village pass around. All because you're ugly, undesired, poor, whatever, short, whatever reason they rejected you. It's all because of that. So then, what happened is you give it some time, somebody in that girl group sooner or later will be tired of being single. Then they'll branch off, and slide into your DMs on the side and say stuff like, I always liked you. This happened to me so many times. When they think nobody's watching, they'll slide to the side and slide your DMs. You know, like dance, two step, cha-cha now. Dun, 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 dun. They cha-cha in my DMs. After they participated in group humiliation of me, they will cha-cha in my DMs. And I'll just play along. I didn't forget. Why? Because when you're humiliated by a group, that holds on, that sticks with you for life. So I feel a lot better, by the way. Just need a little bit of something. I feel a lot better. I won't even feel any of this in the next couple of hours, because when you drink a gallon of water throughout the day, it flushes everything. Like, you'll feel so empty, because once you drink half a gallon, you're going, you gotta go pee at least 2 or 3 times. After that, you'll feel so light. It's crazy. And it also helps flush out your toxins and whatever else, just helps your bloodstream. It helps your skin. Anyway, so moving on. So whatever method I've had or experience I've had, that a woman finally came into my life, because I'm not 6'8", I was a nerd. I'm black, dark, ugly, weird, whatever it is, mean. Like, literally, I went from that weird, nerdy, quirky guy to the athlete, and I continue to build up myself, my image, build my personal like vibe, whatever it is, like this, right? Jacket, wife beater, necklace, glasses. These are prescription, They're really not as dark as they look, believe it or not. They look dark for you guys, but for me, even in the evenings when it's like real like nighttime, I can see fine. It's literally a small like tint. It gets darker if I look at like some like my phone at night. That's about it. Or like, during the day I'm working on the computer, then it'll darken. Then I just move my head like this, and then I can see again. Anyways, so there are Ray-Bans too, $500. Not doing that again. So anyways, back to the conversation. However a girl finally comes into my life, I really tend to feel very appreciative. And this is something that yeah, sorry about that. Maybe overheated. So yeah, I'm like the most go-getter. Like, I'm a go-getter. So if I talk to a girl and she don't like me, I immediately turn around and talk to her friend. Hey, oh, you don't like me? My bad. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to you. Would you like to go out? That's just the kind of mentality you have to have, right? So when a girl does give you an opportunity, and then it seems sincere, and it's like she likes you for you, you grow a bond. And I think we really underestimate, or not even underestimate, we don't value the men's feelings. I'm not saying go out there and value and appreciate and start calling people. The only woman who ever called me king led to problems for me at work. I'm so sorry. I don't know if this is just overheating. You guys, you know that I like it hot in my, I like it hot in this car. So anyways, so whatever reason it is that she likes you, people don't really understand or want to appreciate how a guy feels. Like imagine, as a man, you're expected to, when you finally do like a girl, protect. You're expected to, when you finally do like a girl, protect, provide. Like women are so stingy with their money, but then men we're expected to provide. Like women are so stingy with their money, but then men we're expected to just go out there, work. Our jobs tend to be physically more demanding. For sure. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know why this thing is just overheating right now. But yeah. So we're supposed to come back after being drained. You know? So that's not really appealing. And then also we're supposed to just at any moment just give up our lives to make sure the girl that we like is safe, right? In case of an emergency or whatever happened. Cool. But then we're at the same time expected for, if she leaves, she can just leave as if she never existed, like as if she can just walk out of the relationship as if you and her never even knew each other. And then the guy is supposed to wake up 5 minutes later and go, well, okay, you know? So that's why I titled this video, How to Get Over Your Ex. And I wanted to talk about the realities of it. So first of all, if a woman leaves, and especially in America, the way they leave, they just drop everything and just go. Unless y'all got things, like for example, marriage or kids, and they're definitely trying to grab and go. They're not dropping and go, they grabbing and going. And they are in those courts as if you're their opponent. They're not in those courts as if this is, and I used to love or have some sort of, no, they're in those courts as if you're your opponent. And then men basically not only have their hands tied behind their back by the system being the court, laws favor women. It's not some imaginary matrix. They also personally tie their hands behind their back, because men aren't out there trying to collect child support, alimony, and even women, especially women, if you try to get any child support, alimony, they'll be like, you try to take the woman's money, you know? So everybody's even the social norms, we all expect not men to, for men not to even get paid, the way women try to get paid. So yeah, when they go to these courts, it's you versus them, It's so sad. But yeah, so however, the reality in it is when a woman leaves, you two may not be physically together. You don't see her anymore, right? Especially depending on how long the relationship lasted. You'll go through a period of mourning the lady. Women say that because the moment you start talking about this, a girl will get on here and talk about, women get heartbroken too, and sure, but men are not the ones filing for divorces. Men aren't the ones walking out the relationships. Women are torn up and so-called heartbroken, and their heartbreak is much different from a man's heartbreak. They're heartbroken from a man that they wanted, but definitely let them know that they didn't want them back. A man that they wanted, but everybody else wants, literally. This is the man that they wish they could tell that they want to be the only one. They want to be monogamous. They'll tell ugly men like me that. Short men like me that. They'll tell poor men like me that. Because they really don't care if I'm here or not the next day. They really don't care. And majority of them will just be nice to you because they're just trying to get some lunch. Or pretend to be high, and then go to the dinner or lunch, or pretend to be high class with your money. Because for them, it's just an ego thing. For them, the more free lunches and dinners they get, the more beautiful and desired they feel. It's just another high like they get off of Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. So, anyways, when the woman leaves, more than likely you're not able to just drop everything and just move on, you know? And, you know, the reason why I say women's heart breaks are not like men is because when women gets heartbroken, her and her girlfriends will go out to the bar and have hot girl night, hot girl trip, hot girl summer, all together, doing what they do at these events. When men get heartbroken and stuff, we just lay on the couch and curl up. Other people don't care or don't even notice. And then even your good friends will run after and try to hit on your girl. You know? Tragic. So what you do is, you know, like a lot of these YouTubers and whatnot, they'll say stuff like, you gotta go to the gym, you gotta lose weight, you gotta get your money up. And I agree, because there's no immediate thing that you can do to get over your ex. There's really not. My high school sweetheart and I, she did me dirty years ago, and it took me almost nearly a decade to get over her. And I felt ashamed and stupid and, you know, dumb. Sometimes I felt like a creep or a stalker. I've never showed up to her house or nothing. However, I have said hi, hey, not just a month or two after, but also years after, you know? And not like every month, every week, but like a random, like, wow, this girl, let me see, can I say hi? And I'll say hi. I don't know if it went through or not. But a lot of men are like that. Because the girl that we really liked and zoned in and became territorial over said we were gonna potentially put our lives down for this woman to protect her, provide for her. That feeling and that loyalty or that status we give to a woman doesn't just evaporate. And many men are very different. Like when my ex left, it took me a while. It really took me a long time. And I am proud of myself though, because I progressed in the moving on faster than I did with my high school sweetheart. And I hope in the future, after each encounter with a failed relationship or situationship, whatever you want to call it, that I'll have the strength and the experience to move on even faster. Because one of the things about being a man is, no matter what's going on, the show has to go on. No matter if you're heartbroken, if you're sad, if your mom died, your dad died, your dog died, you're expected to keep providing and protecting and doing what you're supposed to do as a man. And nothing in this world is allowed to just make stumble. Like, you can stumble a little bit for a few seconds. Like, everybody has a day where like they don't give up, right? We all have that. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, you can't sit around and is it mope in your situation. So you have to get up and go. And I really just did this live, how to get over your ex, just to let y'all know that if you still have lingering thoughts and feelings about a woman, that's perfectly normal. you just need to make sure that however you go about things, that you keep yourself and your future safe. That's one thing that people don't talk about. People talk about going to the gym. People talk about getting your money up, so you can go make the same dumb mistake but on a higher scale. But people don't talk about the legal consequences of you not being able to control yourself. Don't show up to a woman's house after she tell you that she don't want you no more. I've never done that, thank God. Don't continue running after a girl when she don't want you. They will definitely put you on a restraining order, like you a whole criminal. Don't do that. There are men out there that don't understand these things. Look at your local laws. Like, for example, in my situation with my high school sweetheart, right? In Alabama, you're an adult at 17. Meanwhile, I'm over here in high school, just turned 18, thinking, oh, this is just a sweet, love story, Mulan, whatever, Tarzan, I don't know, copy and paste Snow White, copy and paste a Disney love fantasy. And they were truly looking at me like I'm an animal in a cage, or animal that they're trying to put in a cage. So many things gonna happen if I continue to try to reach out to her or run after her. Restraining orders and whatnot. One of my best friends, I have 3 major best friends. One of my best friends, she ran after a woman, and she's black and white. She's mixed. And I told her, I pulled her to the side. I told her, bestie, I hope you understand that you are black. And there are certain ways that white folk move. And you need to be careful and slow down. She didn't listen. She had left her alone, come back, because the girl reached out to her. Started up the whole love fiasco again, after she did successfully leave this woman alone. And now, then the girl turns it around a month or so later, and now my friend is the one writing love letters and stuff. And so once my friend wrote like this particular 11-page love letter, because that's what we do when we're in love. We write 11 pages to put our love out there, like the movies. This woman smacked her with a restraining order, and she wasn't allowed to stay in school. Luckily, she was going to graduate soon, so they made her leave school, stay at home, and then come back for the graduation. And then they went to court. And this is literally what I was trying to tell her. They went to court. I went to a military college, right? Went to court. The lady, she showed up in her military uniform, her Navy uniform, with 30 people. My best friend didn't even go there with her only mom, like her mom. She didn't even show up with her mom. She went by herself thinking this is a me and my love situation. And I'm sure love will conquer all. And she'll look at me and see my sweet face and realize I wouldn't hurt a fly. Now, these people persecuted her. A woman, a mulatto mixed woman at that. Imagine me, a big black man. And I tried to tell her. She wouldn't listen. And I'm going to say this. This is a slight side conversation, but it's very on topic of why when you leave, a woman leave you need to be careful. You definitely need to understand the laws of the land, at least. At least. So, a few years later, there used to be these 2 girls. Let's call them Shaylee Whaley. One's named Shaylee, one's named Whaley. So that's not their names, but they sound like that. Shaylee Whaley. So I hope you guys can hear me. My plumber called me, but I'll call him back. So yeah, Shaylee Whaley. I went over to her house. We had Halloween. We went out to a party. I have to call him back. He knows I'm good for his money. I don't know why he's busting my phone down real quick. So yeah, Shaylee Whaley. So we went to a Halloween party. We come back, and I'm hanging out with Shaylee. Me and Shaylee apparently like each other, but Shaylee is a hardcore lesbian woman. You couldn't tell them different. She was in the same room with Whaley, right? But when I was in the living room, she snuck out and came to where I was in the living room. And she had liked me, if y'all know what I mean, liked me, at the party. And this time in the living at like 3 a.m. in the morning, Whaley walk in on her liking me. Years go by, I see them again like in the morning, and I say bye, and they just like kind of scurry off. That kind of scurry off that white women do that be making you uncomfortable when they just scurry off. But I was just like, whatever, these people are crazy. Let it go. A year and a half go by, and I've asked about them, you know, because this is my friends, my best friends, other friends. I'm just asking about them, how they doing. And then I even kind of argued with her. I was like, these are your friends. You shouldn't just cut them off. I don't know why she cut her friends off. But a year and a half later, she finally tells me that Shaylee had accused me of liking her without her wanting me to like her. And she didn't believe that. And she seen what Shaylee does when Shaylee has too much Capri Sun to drink. So imagine this woman accuses me of liking her to just save herself and her image from Whaley, who has a whole boyfriend and you messing around with, and you liking her, and you want to keep on the facade that you only like women. So in order to do that, you throw a man that you liked, you put yourself on under the bus for no reason. I mean, of course there's a reason. I don't know why I said no reason. So that's why you have to be so careful out here. If a woman tell me she don't like me, or she might not like me, or gives me any kind of weird, like, juggling, I go ahead and move out the way. I leave, I ghost, because it's very dangerous, guys. It's very dangerous. If a woman is unsure about how she feels about you, doesn't, or likes you, leave her alone. We're not judged on the same consequences. We're not disciplined equally. They can get paid as much as we do with doing less work, especially physically demanding work. And if we get in trouble, we'll be the first ones out of there. And if they accuse you of anything, you'll be out of there before they even get the opportunity to look at the case. Because as a man, you're presumed guilty. This is from personal experience. However, my best friend, having seen what I was talking about, that was the last straw for her. Not only did I tell her ahead of time what would happen with her and her situation years prior, then that joke, we're just gonna call it a joke, occurred, because it's really funny, but it's not. She was not tolerating it, and she hasn't said a word to those women. Because now she understands not only what her being half black means in this world, but also seeing her male best friend and how life is for me. I have to walk on eggshells. I only got one leg I can stand on. I gotta be very careful standing on it. So yeah, men, you can work out. You need to go to the gym. You should already be at the gym. You can get your money up. You should already be doing that. You should already be on your purpose. If somebody gotta tell you you gotta be on your purpose and you're older than 12 years old, then people in your life have failed you. Now, when it comes to relationships, big dog, you just gonna have to sleep that one off. Remember, as long as you can go to sleep every night, you're good. But if you're not at the point where you can go to sleep every night, I understand what you're going through. You're probably not eating, or maybe you're one of those people who eat too much, going through depression, crying, whatever. But you gotta get out of there. And every day you gotta walk 6 miles. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta stay up on your feet and moving. You gotta work 100 hours a week. Take that opportunity as a motivation to do some great things. Don't take that opportunity to become the DC sniper. Don't take that opportunity to be hiding people's bushes, climbing up windows, trying to snatch your people up, trying to R-word them because they so hide your wives, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they snatch everybody up. That's not it, but you don't want to come and confess. We looking for you. We gonna find you. We gonna find you so you can run and tell that, homeboy. Yeah. Anyways, don't try to climb up people's windows, snatch your people up, try to R-word them because people are aware. People do see men as the problem, regardless if you were minding your own business or actually participating in something crazy. And you're seeing love because we're all brainwashed the same to think love is love, right? So you're seeing that as from a perspective of a young, innocent boy. But these people are seeing you as a wild animal that must be kept in a cage or put down. So you gotta be careful. Whatever it is that you're going through, right? A random high every few months, I don't see that as a problem. A random high every few months, years later, that's a problem. And that will quickly escalate to harassment. Luckily, in this era, in this generation with social media and everything, things are adapting because in this day of hookup and people can quickly find a new person, I think people are also at the same time making it normal to block people. So your high won't even be reached. You know, people won't even see your high to begin with. But just leave it at the high. I understand the roses are red, violets are blue. I'm trying to give you the mountain and everything under the hue. That was good, right? I don't even know what I just said made sense, but women say they want that, but they don't want that from any kind of man. They just want that from the man they like. And I can understand if you try to send that kind of text message. I've sent it. I've sent dozens, hundreds of those kind of text messages. Because after every hurt, after some point, that's why you it's nice to try to go get a rebound. It's nice to try to run out and talk to a woman, date. But when they reject you, they then inherit the heartbreak you still haven't healed from because of the woman that you really love. And also, once you finally get into a new relationship, you'll still be loving the same woman that left. You will be. Luckily for a man, it's not going to be as bad when a woman does that. It's called being alpha widowed, where they'll get in a whole marriage and everything and be ready and willing to leave 15 years after y'all have been married and got kids. They'll be willing to leave to go back to the streets looking for that man that broke their heart. the 6'8" big dick Jimmy or whatever, they'll be willing to leave everything that they've built with you, because my personal opinion, after 3 men, a woman can't be loyal and soul bond with any man anymore. So you might be number 15, and she finally realizes that she's about 30. Let you gonna be the one she's just gonna marry. I'm sorry, your relationship ain't gonna last. She gonna wake up sooner or later. That's a promise. It ain't a question, that's a promise. And she gonna wake up sooner or later and pursue it, because she gonna wake up sooner or later and she gonna rate every experience she's been with, and there's gonna be that top 3. The first one is always gonna be the guy who took my virginity. The second one is always gonna be the guy who did the best. You know, she's gonna be loyal to. The third one is a toss-up. But if you're number 3 and you're not the best she ever had, she's gonna go out there. And man, you have to plan accordingly. You need to be going to therapy. If you're not, you need to be going to the gym. You need to be working. And I'm not saying get on your purpose and grind and do all that so you can go get a woman. What I'm saying is you gotta do these things so you can build yourself and become even stronger, emotionally, spiritually. Do these things so you can believe in yourself. And that's gonna get you to a place in your life where if a woman is trying to make your life miserable, right, you can drop everything, her, the kids, and move on and go find somebody else. Put yourself under the white people. They'll allow you to see your kid, you know, pay your child support. You put yourself under that. Follow the laws. If you follow the laws and you work hard, you're gonna still get up there and make money and be the best. And she's gonna look back and be like, dang. If you don't go in this kind of order, you're gonna be a loser and you're gonna hate life. You're gonna hate women and all this stuff. I'm gonna stop the live here, and maybe the next live what I'll do is talk about my plans of so-called escaping the matrix. This is just cream in here now. Of so-called escaping the matrix, and all that's gonna be involved in that is me setting up some things here in America, making money, and then living in a country that cost of living is not as high, maybe like $500 a month, and I can have something nice on the water, you know, and enjoy life. And I can raise my kids. They can go to the best school with all the residual income and properties or whatever I'm doing here, and also have leverage as a man, and make sure to keep myself in a position where my woman can't just leave and take everything I worked my life for, so that I can provide the best life for her and the kids. You know how they say you gotta, sometimes the police, like for example, if you have a if you're thinking about ending yourself, the police will come and arrest you to protect you from you. Men, maybe start thinking about how you can protect your wife from herself, you know? So don't think about putting yourself in a financial situation where she can't take your shit and leave as some sort of selfish thing. You're protecting her from herself. Because after she do that, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, she's gonna have regrets, wanna come back, but you're not gonna let her back in. Especially if you end up homeless, or it took you 10, 15 years to get yourself back up and going. Yeah, so protect her from herself. And also protect yourself. Because heartbreak, there's no magical cure for it. You just have to sleep that off, eat, and wait till the next day. Don't end your life or nothing, because that's not gonna fix anything. But yeah, I'm gonna go get out of here. I have a long day, and I'll see you guys later. I got a couple of projects I gotta work on at different venues here. See you. Oh, and I see there's a guy on. Thank you for. I saw like 2 main people who jumped on the live. Thank you so much for jumping on. I might redo this video because today I was just so tired, so I kind of rambled a little bit. But I think the content in here was really good. There is no magical solution about getting over your ex. You just gotta, get through it. But make sure you understand the laws. Don't get yourself in trouble. Because at the end of the day, if you really want to win, it's not by going getting a new girl, jumping in a new relationship. It's not by writing her some mean letter. Unfortunately, writing her a love letter don't matter. Trying to get her flowers don't matter. All that's going to do is get you locked up. So don't do that. Instead, buy your time, do the right thing, work hard. Everything will work itself out. And there's going to be another woman waiting for you who will appreciate you better. She will. Because you're going to be much more put together and in a way a little bit